Health Services in Clinton uses the latest technology for positive patient outcomes with a new state-of-the-art CT machine next to our ER. CEO Paul Scarron asking you to find out more by clicking our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
When it comes to fire and water restoration, ServPro of Piatt DeWitt counties is the leader in cleaning, restoration, and construction. Find out all the services they provide by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Just how low will a politician go to get elected? Ask Darren Bailey. Bailey's letting J.B. Pritzker finance his campaign. Over $5 million from the Democrats meddling in our primary, trying to buy the Republican nomination for Bailey. Pritzker finally admitted it.
There's a new ad from the Democratic Governors Association to help Bailey in the primary. You're behind this ad.
Yeah, I support that ad. It elevates attention to all of the good. I'm simply trying to tell everybody who Darren Bailey is.
And Bailey's downright giddy about it.
You're glad to see those ads from the Democratic Governors Association?
Oh, yeah, I do. And that's beautiful.
So craven, Darren Bailey sold out at the drop of a dime for Democrat money. Easy to buy, easy to beat. Pritzker knows Bailey's too weak to win in November. And he shouldn't, because he's just like Pritzker. Darren Bailey raised our property taxes 13 times, 81% higher. Pritzker's favorite tax-raising Republican. We can never trust him again. Paid for by Urban for Illinois.
Hear Clinton Maroon live play-by-play this season on WHOW, the big 1520 daytime, 92.3 FM in DeWitt County, and 106.5 in Bloomington Normal all the time. Plus, streamed at DeWittDailyNews.com on the WHOW mobile app and Amazon Alexa. Plus, tune in for a Best of Clinton Sports broadcast every Saturday morning at 10. All brought to you by our title sponsor, NL Green Power's Alta Farms Wind Project, creating good-paying jobs that keep people in DeWitt County.
You're listening to The Morning Show, streamed by clicking the WHOW live icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. So excited to have the folks with the Prairie Flyers, a century of aviation in DeWitt County, joining us here today. Again, Mr. John Warner, Joey Long, Edith Brady Lunny, and Mr. Dennis Hambucken all joining us in studio. And an exciting interview today, guys, because we've been talking about this for, I don't know, it feels like 6 months. Maybe it's been a little bit longer. It's been a long time in the making. And this weekend, it all culminates into the big grand opening. John, if you want to start us off here this morning, sir, tell us what this is all about.
Well, this is a long-term effort where we're telling the story of aviation history in DeWitt County. Mm-hmm. People here in the county are very involved with flight, and a lot of your listeners know the people that are being featured, will be familiar with the names. These are friends and neighbors who live just down the street and have really remarkable careers in aviation. And as part of this, a lot of exciting things are going to be going on at the museum on Saturday morning. First thing Saturday morning, people here in the area will be able to see a hot air balloon launch from the grounds of the Homestead Museum. And that's just the beginning.
What else is going on Saturday? Edith, do you want to tell us about the Saturday events?
Yeah, we're going to have a competition for kids, and they'll use balsa wood gliders to see who can fly those the furthest. We'll have food trucks there, and of course, we'll have the exhibit open for everybody to start coming in and taking a look at it.
Sure. Dennis, if you don't mind, swing that mic over to you, sir, and tell us about the exhibit, because, of course, that's what we want to highlight on Saturday. A lot of work has gone into your end of things, sir. Tell us a little bit about what you've been working on and your final product.
Yeah, we're putting the finishing touches on the exhibit. I think what will strike people when they walk in is a series of head-to-toe mannequins that represent different characters in their history, from the aviation pioneers in the 30s through World War II bombers, Vietnam War helicopter pilots. And then there'll be a number of displays. And there's also a web component where people can use QR codes, and it'll direct them to additional information, additional photos, and the like.
That's very cool. And also, you've got some just brilliant literature here. Tell us about this.
there's a very high quality catalog that accompanies that, and every single mannequin in there represents an actual living person, well, past or present. And you can get a plethora of additional information in that catalog.
Sure. And just to re-emphasize, professional grade exhibits. Talk a little bit about that with us.
So, yes, it's been, I'd say, a year in the making, and we really spare no expense in terms of displays, lighting. You're going to see some really extraordinary artifacts.
Sure. Edith, I know you've done a lot to gather this information. What are some of the highlights of this from your perspective?
Well, of course, some of these stories are ones that some family members haven't even heard all of the details that are in some of these. But we sat down and talked with everyone who's there or a family member there to compile their piece of the story of aviation. So they're really compelling stories, and you put those together with the mannequins, people are really going to walk away with an understanding of who these people are in DeWitt County.
Sure. Joey, I want to ask you, have you tell us a little bit about this Saturday? What are some of the, when does the exhibit open? How do folks get information? I know you can buy tickets for the opening now. Tell us all those details.
Sure. So opening day is May 28th. And exhibit hours are the same as regular museum hours. So that would be Tuesdays through Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then also 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Sundays. And the exhibit itself, as I said, opens this Saturday on May 28th, and then it runs through July 3rd. You can purchase tickets upon your arrival, or you can also pre-purchase tickets at the museum gift shop. Might be a nice little thing to tuck inside of a Father's Day card.
There you go. Yes, that's a good one. So
share an experience.
A lot of dads would probably enjoy this exhibit.
I think they would.
A great
nice
deal.
Little gift for someone else you might know. So I would encourage people to pre-purchase tickets, whether it's for convenience for themselves or maybe for a little gift for someone.
Sure. Now, Joey, with this exhibit, if you, let's say someone comes out to the museum, they're not aware that the Prairie Flyers aviation exhibit is going on, but they come in for a visit, they see your sign off the highway, and they drop in. Is this just part of admission to the museum, or is there a special ticketed price for just the exhibit?
It is a separate admission for the special exhibit. So the admission for that is adults, it's $10. And then ages 11 and under is $5.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. So look forward to that. Anything you want to add about this special opening weekend from your perspective, Joey?
Well, all I can say is that this is certainly the most ambitious project that the museum has ever taken on. And we have proven that if you have a vision, you can make it happen. Well, here's an example. I received an email a while back from a member of the Flying Farmers. And the lady was letting me know that she was a member, and the Flying Farmers would be flying in June so they could all come and view the exhibit.
Okay.
And like I told Dennis, I said, see, Dennis, I said, if you build it,
they will come. For sure. Again, our guests in studio this morning with the Prairie Flyers, a century of aviation in DeWitt County. Joey Long, Mr. John Warner, Edith Brady-Lunny, and Dennis Hambucken in studio with us as well. John, what am I missing about this weekend you'd like to talk about?
We're touching on it. This is a big city exhibit. This is a first-rate big city exhibit, and we get to have it right here in our own hometown, and it's easy to attend and easy to see. And this is an exhibit that is worth seeing 2 or 3 times to sort of absorb it and take your time. And as Joey is saying, with tickets available beforehand, with the catalogs available beforehand, this is a gift for friends. This is an invitation to people from out of town. Please come and join me, and we'll go to the museum. This is just going to be a big, fun time with a really interesting subject for a whole month here in Clinton.
Sure. I want to ask about the book, guys. Is this, Joey, like something special you buy as a part of the exhibit? Is this something that accompanies your tour? Talk to me about the literature a little bit.
It is. It's an exhibit catalog.
Okay.
So that publication actually expands on the artifacts that are shown, the stories that are told. Of course, you have there's a lot of information in the exhibit itself, but I think a lot of people will want more detail and dig deeper. And this is a way for us to do that. Plus, you can take that with you.
Is this part of your admission?
It is.
It's not. It's a separate
It's a
price.
separate purchase. It's $10. Certainly a bargain at that.
I agree.
See the quality
Yeah.
and the information that's in there and the writing.
Yeah. Pictures are quality. Yeah, amazing.
And that's another thing that you might want to come and purchase that, and then come to the museum and take a look at the exhibit again, because you're going to know so much more. And for people who are listening and maybe don't live nearby, maybe they have a friend out of state or whatever. Again, what a great gift.
What a great gift.
And we are more than willing to mail those to someone if they can't get to the museum to get one. And again, great Father's Day gift.
Sure. John, swing that mic over to you. I know you wanted to chime in.
We're
Here.
encouraging people to think of the catalog as an autograph book. Because, here's the catalog. Here are the stories of these individuals. As much as possible, all of these people will be speaking at various speaking events sponsored by the local library. And we're encouraging our visitors, buy the catalog, take it along with you to the speaking events, and get these very people to autograph the book as they tell their stories.
Yeah.
It's a great piece of history that you pass down through your family.
Sure. Well, I'll tell you what, friends, we're a minute or so ahead of a break. And rather than dive into more and have to interrupt that conversation, let's just go ahead and break here, and we'll finish up our conversation on the other side of that. Joey, how do folks learn more all about this exhibit, the big opening on Saturday, May 28th? Where do they get all the details?
We have a special Facebook page devoted to the exhibit, and that is Prairie Flyers, a century of aviation in DeWitt County. Just look for the logo. So that is constantly updated, updated with highlights of special elements of the exhibit. You can find admission and hours on there, and then it would be a great way to monitor the special events that we have planned throughout the duration of the month.
And we'll talk more about those on the other side of a break. It is the folks with the Prairie Flyers, a century of aviation in DeWitt County. Joey Long, Mr. John Warner, Edith Brady Lunny, and Dennis Hambucken with us in studio. More to come on The Morning Show.
MR Systems Wireless is your local internet provider for Clinton and surrounding area. They have the products you want and the local service you deserve. MR Systems Wireless Internet service for home or business includes unlimited data, unlimited streaming, and unlimited calling. Plans start at just $48 a month and get a free Roku 4Lease with our media packages. Get the speed you need with MR Systems Wireless. Call them at 935-2100. That's 935-2100 for MR Systems Wireless.
John Milheiser has had enough of the corruption and of career politicians who've forgotten their job is to serve you. John Milheiser is a former prosecutor who spent years putting murderers and drug dealers behind bars, and he doesn't back down from a fight. John Milheiser has prosecuted public officials for corruption and played a key role in the investigation and indictment of Mike Madigan. Springfield is a mess. Send a prosecutor to clean it up. Vote John Milheiser for Secretary of State. Steve Kim is a born fighter. The son of immigrants, Steve Kim knows what it's like to walk unsafe streets and knows exactly how to clean them up. That's why Steve Kim is running for Attorney General, to fight crime and throw the thugs and gangsters in jail, to end Madigan's corruption that has reached the top levels of our state, and to bring the rule of law back to Illinois. Get tough on crime. End corruption. Vote Steve Kim for Attorney General. Paid for by Citizens for Judicial Fairness.
Thank you for listening to this Miller Media Group radio station. We appreciate you making the choice to tune in to us. We want to remind you of some things to keep the attorneys happy. Our stations allow one winner per household in a 30-day period. Cash prizes are mailed to our winners within 30 days of winning. And as you've probably already guessed, portions of today's programming on this Miller Media Group radio station were pre-recorded and are mechanically or digitally reproduced. There. Now we've made the attorneys happy. Thanks again for listening to this Miller Media Group station.
You're listening to The Morning Show, streamed by clicking the WHOW live icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Once again, and good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. Today, we've got the folks from the Prairie Flyers, a century of aviation in DeWitt County, and their exhibit opening this weekend in Clinton. Joey Long, Mr. John Warner, Edith Brady-Lunny, and Dennis Hambucken with us here for this morning. And Edith, so much more to talk about. John teased the upcoming lecture series, I guess we'll call it, coming this month as a part of this. And there's even more to talk about that's coming in the month of June. What's going on here? What do we have?
So we're partnering with the library to have speakers every Thursday night at 6 p.m. during the month of June. And all of them will have some tie to the exhibit. Starting on June the 2nd, we'll have a panel of Vietnam helicopter pilots and a Vietnam era mechanic. And Dennis will moderate that discussion with photos. Their stories will take audience questions. We anticipate there'll be a lot of interest in this whole series, so we really urge people, you can get online and register with the library for these. Then we will have a book signing. Dennis has a series of books that he's done that everybody's going to want to see and purchase. And he will be there to sign the books with David Hennard, who's written a book about his experiences in Vietnam.
Oh man, his stories are incredible. Holy smokes.
Yes. Yeah. So it'll be a chance for people to get to know some of these people that are actually represented in the exhibit. Then we're going to have Ken Schaefer, who has Air Force experience and then went on to fly for UPS.
Oh, no kidding. Holy cow.
That will be a really interesting one. We have a woman who flies with the Illinois Air Guard as a speaker. And then John Warner will close out the series with a talk about Hooterville Airport. And nobody knows more about Hooterville Airport than John does.
Yeah, sure.
So that will be interesting as well. So a full month of engagements there.
A lot of opportunity for sure. John, by the way, tell me about your outfit here today. I noticed that when you walked in this morning.
This is an Air Force uniform shirt, kind of a pilot's shirt.
Yeah.
And just with the theme of aviation, I thought, okay, we better start looking like aviators around here.
Yeah, for sure.
And so that's the look.
Yeah,
that's the look.
For sure. How excited is everybody right now? And what are we hearing about this as you all, make your way through the community? I'm sure folks are now knowing this is, you guys are behind this and all of that. What are the vibes we're all getting? Edith, I'll start with you.
Well, we had a preview event last weekend at the museum, and it was very well attended. It was fun for everybody to see it the first time, but it was especially kind of heartwarming to see the people represented in the exhibit there together, see their interactions with each other, and their reaction to what the exhibit's going to be.
For sure. Joey, how about you? What are you hearing as you make your way around and talk to people about this?
Well, people have been very excited about this from the beginning, but I see that momentum building up now. And now that it's actually, coming and people be able to see a lot of positive feedback. And like Edith mentioned, the premiere really was the first chance for the four of us to see what people's true reaction was.
Which was what, from your perspective?
People were thrilled by it. And I think even perhaps, I'm sure that it probably, even though they probably had high expectations, I think we exceeded that. For example, the stage that we're using is the carriage barn. And to do that, we did some lighting updates and whatnot. And when you walk into that carriage barn, it is now, it is a first-rate exhibit gallery is what we have created.
Wow.
And people recognize that.
I can't wait to see it.
When they see it. They're surprised that we can have something of this quality right here in town.
Yeah. John, I want to ask you, what are you hearing as you talk to your friends and such?
Excitement about seeing it. Delight at the idea that they're going to be able to meet some of the people here in the county who have these stories. Kind of an expression of amazement that, well, I didn't know so-and-so did this. I didn't know so-and-so did that. Several people who attended the meeting, attended the opening, said to me, talk about a fun event. These people are fascinating. And there's this kind of this mood of among the public that talk with me of, ooh, can't wait. Want to go see this.
Yeah, for sure. Dennis, what does that mean for you to hear all those compliments? And Edith, I'll ask you the same thing, because you two really have been spearheading a lot of, the groundwork of all of this.
Well, I was very much encouraged with that preview event, with how much time each visitor spent there. I think they were very surprised by the quality of the exhibit. This really is a first-rate exhibit from every detail. Lighting, even the catalog is first-rate.
It really is. It really is. Edith, how about you? I mean, because you've put in a lot of work to this as well to get the stories and tell the stories. What do you think?
Well, it's very rewarding to see the reaction of the people that are represented there, and to know that they are happy about it, and they're very appreciative of the fact that we took the time to tell their stories at this point in their life, because it's been many years since most of them had that experience.
Sure. Edith, talk to me a little bit just about Saturday. Did I miss anything? If I didn't, or if we didn't, highlight the day, what it's going to be like one more time for us.
Well, Saturday, it's going to actually start at 6:30 in the morning for people who want to come out and see the launch of the hot air balloon. And then we're going to open the exhibit that morning and have the hot air, or the balsa wood competition for the kids. We'll have food on the grounds. The gift shop will be open. The gift shop is full of t-shirts, all kinds of aviation related fun things for adults and kids as well.
Sure. So day full of activities and the like. Joey, if you don't mind, one more time, highlight for us how long the exhibit's around, how folks can check it out. Give us all those details one more time.
Sure. So the exhibit launches on May 28th with that balloon launch. It opens at 10 a.m. and then the exhibit will run May 28th through July 3rd during regular museum hours, and that's 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesdays through Saturdays, and then also Sunday afternoons 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.
All right.
And they're welcome to check out the Prairie Flyers Facebook page. They can go and visit the museum's webpage, or they're welcome to give us a call. Phone number of the museum is 217-935-6066.
And do you mind highlighting again the way admission works? Just it's a separate admission.
So it is a separate admission for the special exhibit. So that admission is $10 for adults, and then $5 for ages 11 and under.
Very good.
Right.
All right, friends, looking forward to it. I just want to put a quick plug in as well. We will be airing updates. We'll be covering the event 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday. You can catch updates here on WHOW and our sister station, 95.9 FM, WEZC, and of course, live online all the time at DeWittDailyNews.com. Great job, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Again, it's the folks with the Prairie Flyers, a century of aviation in DeWitt County, and their exhibit that opens this weekend. Joey Long, John Warner, Edith Brady Lunny, and Mr. Dennis Hambucken in studio with us. Network News on the way.